Hey guys, DevMist here, and welcome back to another episode of my DMCRAFT Let's Play series. In today's episode, we are going to get working on automated farms, and the first farm that I want to make is going to be a sugarcane farm. It's going to be the bud-powered sugarcane farm that Mumbo Jumbo has a tutorial on his channel for. So I was thinking we could place it right in this area since it's kind of already open, and we can have it over here by our farm animals and everything. So I'm going to gather the supplies for that, and then I will be right back and we can get building. Alright, I believe I have everything that I need to make this, so let's start by digging out an area where our sugarcane is going to go. Five should be enough for right now. We can always make it bigger in the future. So go ahead and put our sand down there, and then we're going to dig a little area behind it, and this is where our water is going to go. And that's gonna annoy me. I'm gonna have to make that standing water soon. Or that's gonna annoy me. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna place our sugarcane like this, and then we are going to place a trunk block there with a block of redstone on top of it, and then we are going to place a block here, not there, there. And we're going to put a repeater going into this block. Redstone here, redstone there. Let's see. And then we need to put a piston behind this redstone block. Like that. Get rid of that. And then pistons going this way, and then we need to hook up our redstone to our pistons by placing a junk block there, block up like that, get rid of that, and then we are going to power all of these pistons diagonally, and this should give us a bud powered system. So if we put another thing of sugarcane right here, it does not work. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay, so this block of redstone was moved out of the way. So now if I put... Yeah, okay, there we go. So basically every time the sugarcane grows, it is automatically going... Oh, I know why. This needs to be a sticky piston. Let me quickly grab one of those and place that there, and then we will move this block back like that, and then okay, cool, so it reset itself that time. So basically every time the sugarcane grows, it is going to chop it off, and then we can put some kind of water stream or something in a hopper going into a chest. So I think we'll put a chest right here, and of course I don't have any chests on me. Let's go ahead and make a double chest real quick. And let's refill this with water while we're here. And I don't have a hopper on me either, so I'm going to have to go get one of those. Man, I thought I had all of this stuff for this, but I guess I wasn't that prepared. So then we need a water stream on this side as well. I guess we could have just used that water stream over here, huh? I didn't really think that through. A water stream right here, and that's where our hopper is going to go. I believe I have a hopper in here. I should. I have one hopper. Great. I'm going to need to make some more of those. So we will place this. I just just realized this chest needs to be 1 block down. So we are going to remove this water here and fill that in with dirt. Then remove this chest. Let's see. We want to place our hopper going into that block. And this is where our chest is going to go. But we want to... oh, skeleton. Where you at? Okay, so we need to stop the water from flowing over those chests, or else it's going to annoy me. So do I have a sign on me? I do not. So craft one of those up real quick. Place a sign there. It should stop it. Anything we throw into this water stream should go into this hopper and then into this chest. Okay, great. That's working. Now the only problem is that this sugarcane might actually fly over this water stream. So let's... that work? Yep, see. Flew over it. Where did that one even... I think I picked that one up. Oh, no, it's way back here. What the hell? Maybe this farm won't be working as well as I thought it would be. Because a lot of the sugarcane seems to be either falling on one side or the other of the water stream and not actually make it in there. Meaning that we'll only actually collect, you know, every so often, and most of it will go to waste. Which is kind of a bummer. I need to figure out a way around that. I guess we could just put a line of hoppers, because then I think even if they land... oh no, I guess they don't suck them in if they land that far off. Huh. So maybe for this farm to be efficient, we just have to have a whole bunch of them. For the moment, I'm going to leave this as is, because at least it'll be producing some sugarcane, which is better than the amount we're producing right now, which is 0. So, put that back and do this one more time because it's kind of fun. I guess I'll just come over here every once in a while and check on it and collect anything that's fallen on the ground. So anyway, the next thing we need to do is build a little house around this. Not like a full-blown house with like doors and a roof and everything, just kind of like a little shelter to go over it so it doesn't just look like a little redstone device out in the open. So I'm going to get working on that and then I will get back with you guys. Okay, now I'm going to be the first one to point out that this building does not look particularly pleasing and the rain really isn't helping at all. But it functions, and that's all that I really care about right now. I can always come back and make this look better at a later date when I have a whole bunch of random stuff laying around that I can use to decorate. And so I just remembered that in the spawn chunks there are a whole bunch of farms that me and Daydream built a long time ago that have been sitting here. That one's a chicken farm, and over here we have an iron farm. And I thought, why rebuild all of this in my Let's Play area, in my little house thing, when I can just come over here and just grab a whole bunch of iron, because I can come over here like once a month and there's no way I'm ever going to use this much iron, and I can just grab it and take it back to my house, and then I never have to come over here again, basically. So I'm going to load up on iron and then take it back to my house, and then just forget the whole building another iron farm idea, because frankly I remember building this, and this was a pain in the ass, especially since you have to get up there, you have to fill everything in with water, and in survival mode it's just never that fun when you're dealing with a whole bunch of water that's designed to push you directly into lava. So what I'm going to do now is something that I've had multiple people request, and that is just to do a little tour of the server. So this is the spawn area. This is not where players will spawn when they first join the server. They will instead spawn at an area that has a whole bunch of signs that have all of our rules. Right now it has all of our server rankings and all that stuff. And then it has a portal which will lead you to the portal hub, so I guess that is where we should start our journey. If we could run properly. So this is the server info center thingy. This is where players will spawn. They will have to accept the rules when they first spawn, and then they can come through and they can read all this information about how to play on the server. If you are new to the server or you haven't joined and you're thinking about joining, I recommend that you read every single sign here. It's quite a bit for Minecraft servers especially, but it not only has all the different rules, but it has a bunch of helpful tips on how to play on the server. So if we go back to the portal hub, we also have a portal to the mob dungeon. This is an area where it's basically like a challenge. So basically that lever up there will flick this design, and this is my vertical iron door design. I have done a tutorial on this. It will flip the lever, and then this door will open. You will go into the room. All those command blocks at the top that you see up there will be activated, which will spawn in a whole bunch of mobs. And basically the idea is that you kill all the mobs in one room, and then you can advance to the next room, and then once you get to the final room there is a prize. So if we go back to the portal hub, we can also see we have a portal to the wilderness. Oh, we got some lag there. Portal to the wilderness. This is basically exactly what it sounds like. Just brings you out to a little point in the wilderness. Now this portal is reset every so often just to kind of stop players from bunching up, because before we had the portals, we basically just had one city that you spawned in, and all the players just kind of built houses like right outside the city, and everyone was just in one area and nobody was ever going out and exploring or anything. So I built this, and apparently the button has disappeared. That's odd. Let's fix that real quick. That is weird. Anyway, that's just kind of so new players who are kind of confused about the whole layout of the server can just be like, wilderness, that's where I need to go to build. Come through here, and then they can start building because none of the area around here is protected. So that was all of the orange wool portals. Portals marked by orange wool, basically portal locations that are set by the server. So obviously all these things, and then the yellow ones are all player run cities. So these are cities that players have started, that they run themselves. They determine where all the plots are, they determine what the city rules are, what the theme of the city is going to be, and then other players can go into their city and rent out plots. So we have Old Haven. This is a new city. As you can see, this was pretty much just created, and nobody's really, it hasn't even really started being built on yet. And why are all of the buttons disappearing? That is very weird. Okay, and then we have Dungrove Village. Now this is my city. Oh, what? Looks like we have a giant that is stuck in our little mob farm we have here. Now this is my city. This was, I believe, the first city that was ever... Oh, hi Parrot. Yeah, this was the first city on the server. I'm gonna pick up this gunpowder there. This is the first city on the server, and I kind of just made it to show off to players like how cities work and that they were a thing. Oh, let's place that back. Still in creative mode. Switch back. If we go over here, this is Yumiseki. This is Daydream City. See, this is probably the most popular city on the server right now. I have a plot over here that I haven't started building on yet. So let's check out some of these buildings around here. So iron tools. This is a unique floor design. I've never really seen anything like that before. This is really cool. Those quartz pillars. Pillar quartz block. How do you craft that? I don't remember whose house this is, but it looks cool. I never got the hang of modern house building in Minecraft. Like, I can build a singular house and make it look modern, but then I don't know how to decorate it with anything else. So I always get stuck. Like, I would never be able to create a little town of modern houses or anything like that. And we got this this stylish, flashy beacon here. And whose is this? Oh, this is Meat's horse store, I guess. You can buy horses from it. Huh. And I remember giving this plot to someone, like using the world editor or whatnot to make the plot for them, but I don't remember who it was. And then just a little bit ago there was actually like a random fire that just started in this house, and I had to like run over and put it out because nobody else was online. And then next to that we have Daydream's Church. Apparently the only person here, the pastor, is this Jeb sheep. Submit prayers here. Bring a book and quill and write a wish. Can't be a crazy wish. So what do we have? Huh. So I guess Daydream will grant your wishes, apparently. Ooh, I want to ruin what's left of these farms anyway, I guess. Not quite sure what this is supposed to be. Just looks like a whole bunch of random blocks. And then over here, this is Daydream's. Oh, maybe? Well, this used to. Oh no, okay, I've got it mixed up with this building. That's just an empty building. This is what I was thinking of. This is his public enchantment area. Got the chain table, anvils, and a whole bunch of ender chests. And I quite like the look of this building. It looks really cool. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Nobody wants you here. And then this is Daydream's little semi-base thing. I know he has like 4 or 5 different bases on the server right now. But the cool thing about this is if we come over here, there is actually this little mob trapped in here. Now, I can't remember the name of this mob. We do have a More Mobs plugin, and this is basically a reskinned skeleton holding an iron hoe with a potion of invisibility. And the cool thing about this guy is that if he kills you, he sends you to the graveyard world, which is basically just an area in the nether. Oh, Sorry, Daydream, didn't mean to hit your little buddy there. Didn't realize it. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't realize that you could hit things through glass. Okay, Daydream. Let me leave a sign for him. I owe him one wraith. Yeah, sorry about that, Daydream. I will totally spawn another wraith for you. Oh god. I need to stop clicking everywhere. Anyway, the next city we have up is Bastor City. Now this city belongs to... Oh. Well then. Looks like we had some unkind visitors. So I will get on with cleaning this up. Anyway, this is Hell Tempest City. I think the idea of this city was to be kind of like a floating city over a lake, and the amount of work he's put into this, because none of this water was here. I could fucking jump on the, there we go, jump on the wall. But he hand placed all this water here, and that just would take too much patience, a lot more than I have. And yeah, so the only plot, goddamn, the only plot that we have so far that is being built on is a little tower that I built pretty much right when the city opened. It was like the first plot made. So the next city we have is Dalmasca. Now this city was owned originally by a player that broke the rules multiple times, then tried to argue about it, even though we had people that say they saw him breaking the rules, and I watched him break the rules right in front of me. And then after he was banned, he chose not to appeal his ban, and then came back on the server and started just griefing things on like a hacked account, and started placing chests full of rare items and stuff hidden all over the server. Luckily we got that all figured out, and the server, or the city, is actually owned by a different player now who won it in an auction. So if we go outside of the portal hub and we go back to the main spawn area, we have a few more portals. So this one is to the arena. Now once you come in here, you'll see that you can buy a whole bunch of weapons and items and enchanted books. And also in this area, PvP and mob damage are all turned on. And as you can see, it's basically just a big arena where people can go and fight mobs or fight each other. Fight whatever, basically. Fight the elements, I guess. There's lava and stuff around here. So if we try to head back to spawn without getting hit by these guys... can continue on. We'll go there last. So this should be the player market, and this is basically a bunch of market stalls where players can buy and sell items from each other. They can run out of a stall, and then they can decorate it however they want and fit as many chest shops in there as they can. And the main area of the server is this, DMCRAFT City. Now this is the only city that is actually owned by the server, meaning that no other players can build in the city. And all of the shops in the city are all run by the server, so they have an infinite supply and an infinite money source. Now, if we come over here, this is the general store. This has all of your random needs. It was basically the first store that was put up on the server. Just got a whole bunch of random stuff. Then across from that we have the wool store. This has all of the different dyes and such. And then over here we have the villager outpost. This is basically a public area where people can come and just kind of trade with villagers. And we also have some custom villagers over here, and that is because we have custom items on the DMCRAFT server, like the Mammon pickaxe, the Zygo sword, and the Mortarian scythe. Now this is the only way that you can get these items other than completing the mob dungeon, because completing the mob dungeon gives you a random custom item, and these items are extremely expensive. As you can see, the Mammon pickaxe. So this has Fortune 3, but it also has Extreme Greed, which is basically like doubling the efficiency of Fortune 3, but then also allowing it to work on blocks. So basically you can use it to get 9 diamonds, which you can then craft into a diamond block, which you can then mine with the Mammon pickaxe and then get 4 or 5 diamond blocks out of that block. So it's essentially an item duplicator, and that's why the price is so high. You need 64 blocks of diamonds and 10 nether stars. And it's extremely high priced because it's a really good item and you have to work really hard to get there. And the reason that we allow this item, even though it duplicates other items, is basically because if you have worked your butt off to get 64 blocks of diamond and 10 nether stars, you've basically earned the ability to just duplicate items and focus solely on building instead of surviving. Then over here we have the Zygo merchant, which sells the Zygo sword, and this strikes lightning when you right click. It also has knockback 2, and this guy will trade for a Mortarian scythe. So an iron hoe plus 5 nether stars, and this basically kills any mob or player instantly if you attack them with it. So that is it for the villager outpost. Over here we have just a bunch of pixel art stuff that was made by me and our other moderator. And then this is actually a gambling machine. Basically you throw a diamond in there, these lights will start flickering. If it lands on the green, you win, and then items will get dispensed out where this dirt is. Over here we have a bell tower just for looks, nothing special about that. Behind the villager outpost we have the parkour course. Which is kind of exactly what it seems like it would be. And then to the left of the parkour course we have this building, which serves as a multi-purpose building. This is a shop for flowers, foods, and enchanted books. So on the first level here we have all the food products you can buy. If you go up here you can buy enchanted books. Now these, unlike the books in the arena, these books are for tools instead of weapons, which is why they are priced a lot higher. And then over here we have a flower shop where you can buy all sorts of different flowers. This is just a little, oh, didn't mean to break that. This is just a little house area thing that I built when the city was first emerging. And then over here we have, I don't know if I'll be able to get to it this way. Over here we have the brewing shop, which sells different brewing ingredients. And across from that is the farm shop, sells farm supplies. This is a public fishing area. And these are basically just leave some chests for fish and fishing poles. And then these signs over here, just some information on how to get protected land, which can also be found in the server info section. Then if we come over here, this is probably the most useful little area because these have the most useful item shops. So this is the transportation shop, so you can buy all your minecarts and such. This is the redstone shop where you can buy all your redstone stuff. Over here we have the egg shop where you can buy various spawn egg. Whoa, weird little glitch going on there. Then this is just a public enchanting table. Then we have our server map. Well, not server map, but a map of DMCRAFT City, which is taking way too long to load. And this is the armory, or blacksmith, where you can buy various armor and tools, as well as use public anvils. And we have a public nether portal. So up on this little hill behind the city here, we have the Pigman Church. As you can see, we got our inverted cross on fire up there. And these are basically little buildings that are scattered randomly throughout various parts of the server. And if you find one, you can come to the back in this chest here, and there will be a zombie pigman spawn egg in there. To my knowledge, only about 2 or 3 of these pigman churches have been found, because they are spaced out quite a bit. So all the people playing on the server, keep looking, because there are more churches out there. So this is Cody Craver's glass tower. If we come in here, we can see all sorts of cool stuff he has in here. Basically, there's a bunch of water going up to what I think is a farm. I think there's a farm up there. Maybe? I don't remember. But down here, you have his main area with all of his like hundreds of pet dogs and tons of chests and all that good stuff. He's got a horse. Then down here, if I could navigate ladders, this seems to be some redstone wiring for something. Looks like there was a farm here at one point. Not sure what this redstone is supposed to do. And below that is his mushroom and chicken farm, apparently. Seems like a weird combination. And then it's just the level. Got a pig farm, cows, sheep, and more chickens. So this is another one of Cody's houses. Basically, this was a house belonging to a player that went inactive, and if you become inactive on our server, you basically risk having all of your land and items on that land auctioned off to other players. So unfortunately that happened here, and Cody got this land. I don't think he's doing anything with it yet. I think he just he built this large checkered thing. This wasn't here when he got it. And I think that's all he's done here, really. Okay, so this is Cottage's area. This was a city that belonged to Daydream, but he sold it to Cottage, and then Cottage has since asked that we take its city status down, so it is no longer a city. It's just a very large region at the moment. And I don't think he's doing much. He has that area that used to be the little intro area to the city, and then he's putting up this giant wall around here. Now this is a 100 by 100 area, so you could just imagine how much, God, the creeper died. You can just imagine how much work is going to go into making this pattern all the way around. That's going to be an insane amount of blocks. And then I think his actual house is over here in the ground, or someone's house is. So we have this little piston door here. It's kind of cool. And then going here a little bit further, looks like there's a tree farm. Or just maybe some random trees. I don't know, this area, there's not much going on here, but it looks kind of cool. It looks like an abandoned mine shaft that people have started to build like an underground civilization and whatnot with this cool little path we got going on here. Now, some of you might recognize this area from the first episode of DMCRAFT. This is basically the area that I owned with Hell Tempest, and this was what I was playing in before I left to go do the DMCRAFT stuff. So might as well give a tour of here. We got the house. Now, Hell Tempest has changed a lot of this since I went off on my own, and he's kind of just been able to do with this as he wants. It's kind of laggy in here just because there's basically a storage area over here with a million item frames, and there's just a lot going on in this area, and it's a little bit too much for my computer to handle right now as I'm recording in Audacity and Fraps and trying to play Minecraft at 60 frames a second, and it doesn't seem to be going too well. But if we go back here, we have the bar. No miners allowed. So this is basically just a bar. We got ourselves a little pool right here, some speakers, got ourselves the DJ booth, DJ Squirrelex. And back here we got our bar stools and our kegs. Oh, I really need to stop breaking stuff. Yeah, we got a little refrigerator and some sinks. We got a little MIDI controller or CDJs or whatever you want to call them on the DJ stand. And then over here we have the storage area, which is the area causing the most lag at the moment. All those item frames and chests. And then I'm not really sure what's down here because apparently bisexual ants are down here. Helltempest kind of took on the basement on his own. I mean, I built this little area which was a tree farm, but Helltempest basically just went off on a rampage and just started building all these pathways. Like, I don't even know where to go back here. So this, I know this goes to a mine, and then down here goes to a library with a little hidden enchanting room. Well, I guess not really hidden. There's a giant button, but opens a piston door. So this is the library, and then down in the corner of the library there should be like a little chill computer area with like your water faucet or whatever, some laptops and some desks. Then if we go over here, don't mind me just running across the table there. If we go over here, I'm not really sure. Oh, this goes to the base of the tower, the wizard's tower looking thing. What is this? Huh. Apparently he has started to build bedrooms. That's kind of cool. So that goes to the tower. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm gonna get lost down here. Looks like that goes to a dead end. If we come over here, this might just loop back around to the stairs. Yeah, looks like it just loops from the stairs into the library. Anyway, if we come up to this back area and then we go back here, we have the greenhouse, basically where all the farms were, and we have a skeleton in the greenhouse. Then over here we have this little pathway leading into a little tree thing with our secret hidden cake that's not really a secret anymore. And on the other side, let me eat some of this real quick, we have this cobble pathway that leads to another portal, and then if we follow the pathway this way, it leads to a vine farm. Come down here, we have our beacon here. This is basically just a tunnel that leads to the other side of the mountain. Some minecart rails. Then over here we have a map of the area. This is a little compact house design that I built. Now, I did not design this one. This one was built by somebody on YouTube. And this is kind of what got me interested in the compact house design things. I actually did a tutorial on some of my own designs that range from a little bit larger to a little bit smaller than this one. Then we got our mushroom, and over here this is actually an automatic villager farm. So basically, come up here, these villagers will breed, and then the babies will be pushed over here. When the babies grow up, they will be either transported up this way or up this way. If they're transported this way, just pushes them over here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, then they get carried through this big tube that goes all the way through this mountain. Comes all the way over, and then it drops down right here into this room, and we can check and see if there's any. Well, there's one villager in here. Basically all the villagers were collected there, and then you can kind of take your pick on which ones you want to keep, which ones you want to kill. And if we head back over here, this is basically just a little waterway that goes into a cave, nothing in there. Come over here, we have an automatic brewing system. Now I'm going to get back in my memory and try to remember. I believe this was designed by Tango Tech. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't yell at me if that was not by him. But I think I remember seeing a tutorial on how to build something like this from Tango Tech. So yeah. Anyway, if we come over here, basically have pigs, mushroom, and then down here we have sheep. Some more villagers right there. This is the tower, or the wizard's tower. Come in here is a beacon, and I believe there should be a way to get up here. Maybe? Aha. So ladders, and then go over here. This has all been changed since the last time I've been here, so I don't know why these ladders are alternating like this. Kind of makes it feel like a video game where you gotta figure out how to get through the maze on each level. So yeah, I believe actually if we go one floor down, we can go over here, which will bring us to this little smaller tower. And I don't think there's anything in this tower at all. And then jump down here. Parkour across some trees, as you do in real life. You know, you're just running over, giving people a tour of your house, just jumping on the trees and shit. So if we come over here, jump over that fence. This was a little... This area really serves no purpose. Basically, if we come up here, this was a mob farm that broke. It's currently inactive. There's a whole bunch of torches in there stopping mobs from spawning. Basically, they'd fall down, they'd spawn up there, and the water would push them down. They'd fall down here, land on these hoppers, die. All their loot would go in here. Over here was a cow breeding farm. And I believe, oh no, there's one more thing. Over here we have a quarry, however you want to say it. Basically a hole in the ground. What was that? Anyway, we have a hole in the ground that me and Daydream actually dug all the way down to bedrock. And I believe that's it. So I know that this episode was about twice as long as they normally are, and it was kind of boring if you're not really interested in the various things on the server. So, apologize for that, but unfortunately that is the end of the episode. So, thanks for watching another episode of the DMCRAFT Let's Play. Make sure to like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos every Tuesday. See you later, guys.